Labour leader. We also have a situation where the NLC have been caught in the web, one way or the other, in time past and even till now. All of these would form the conversation for this morning. If you had followed the trend, then you would have known that the proposed NEC that was supposed to be summoned was Christine's stakeholders meeting following Tuesday's outburst by the national chairman of the party, Julius Abure, and that was slated for September 4 at the government house in Umuahia, Abia State. This morning, I will be speaking with a national executive of the Labour Party. Is the national deputy national secretary of the party in the person of Prince Kennedy Ahanotu. Sir, you're welcome and good morning to you.
Please, I still remain the national youth leader, not national secretary.
Oh, national youth leader, I beg your pardon. All right, the last time we spoke, there was a deputy national secretary and national youth leader. It was both titles.
The last time we spoke, I was the deputy national secretary and then acting national youth leader. But now, I am now the national leader of Labour Party.
All right, so let's add that to the titles. Apologies, national youth leader.
I'm not a respecter of title, but
I understand.
So that people don't say I want to be the national secretary of the party or something.
Yes.
We need to grow instead of running.
Very true. Now that we've clarified all of that, I'm sure the Labour Party has been doing well and you've been doing well yourself.
Yeah. Personally, I've enjoyed a good career for myself, and I've also enjoyed a good career learning rudiments of politics in the Labour Party. And honestly, comparatively, the Labour Party politics is what I can confirm to you that is different from every other political party in Nigeria. And I actually prepared for what I'm seeing in Labour Party because I took time to study the manifestos of all the other political parties in 2017 when I joined fully Labour Party. So Labour Party politics for me has advanced, has grown, and is becoming stronger.
So what is happening now? You said it's one of the best politics in the country, the politics that the party plays. You've alluded to the fact that it's a lot more organized. So what is the situation now? What are we seeing? What is happening within the Labour Party? Not just even at the national level, even here in Rivers State, it's a situation with the Labour Party. What is happening? Some say in public space that it's an attack. I wouldn't understand what that means, but you are an insider, an executive for that matter.
Well, you tell me, as young as I am, what I've been able to pick Nigerian politics is that most times politicians want to take over party administration and party management structure. And that have really created crisis in many political parties in Nigeria. And what is happening to Labour Party is that same practice wants to be introduced in the Labour Party and is alien to Labour Party constitution. When one leader will say, I am the leader, and I own the structure of Labour Party. And you have seen the havoc it has created in APC and PDP. Today, a man is a minister under APC and he's still in control of PDP. This is because that man was given the structure of the PDP, knowingly or unknowingly. So what is happening to Labour Party, you can call it an attack to Labour Party leadership structure. You can call it an attempt to hijack the Labour Party leadership structure. If you look at the podium of event, when the stars of Labour Party came on board, when His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi joined the party. And now, Nigerians like where food have been cooked. Those of them that have been in Labour Party over the years, suffering, waiting for their stars to shine, are no longer useful. Today, they are as useless as anything because somebody have come with his goodwill and championed the process of advancing the stars of the party. And every other person is now coming to now hang on the leadership of the party, both from national, state, and ward, and even local government. And this is the challenges. And we are talking about institutional development in the country. The problem that the country is experiencing is because we lack stability in institutional development. Somebody will just come now and say, since I'm now the governor, I don't want this man. I want this my brother. I trust this my friend. Let him be the chairman of the party in the state. And this is the experience that we are having with many political leaders in Nigeria.
Is that the situation with the Abia State governor and the party at the moment? Because, I mean, many would say he is the only governor from the Labour Party in the country, if I'm not mistaken. And should and in that sense puts him as one of the high-ranking, if not leader of the party, because of the position that he occupies, aside some of the lawmakers that you also secured.
The Labour Party constitution, you know, there are a lot of political creations that we introduced that try to mess up it.
So what is the constitution? Who is the highest ranking?
National chairman is the leader of the party by practice. He is the chairman. National chairman is the head of administration of the party. Whoever is the CEO of UBA is the head of UBA. It's not in question. It's not in doubt. And even the constitution of the land says that. Electoral Act of the INEC says that. The party constitution acknowledges that. So it is when we begin to have interest, when we now begin to become a little bit mischievous in terms of achieving that interest, that is when we now begin to say this person is this. Labour Party is one family. His Excellency Dr. Ahanotu is a pride of the party. And of course, you have seen a difference between a Labour governor and other governors. There is no doubt about that. But then, we are in a country where in one moment, somebody is kneeling down begging for you, please vote me, please vote me, please help me, please support me. In another minute, the same person is telling you to kneel down and bow for me. Can you get something? In 1 minute, somebody is begging you, please give me this ticket, please vote me, please support me. And in another minute, the person is expecting you to come and be lying down every morning for him. Is there not an error in it?
So what is the bone of contention really? What is really the problem? You've alluded to perhaps an attack. Who is attacking? And what is the disagreement now between the governor of Abia State and the Labour Party? Not only that, we've also seen disagreements between the NLC and the Labour Party. So what exactly is this worry? Is it because of a convention? Is it what is it?
There's one you didn't even mention. You know, it started with after the presidential election, after Faction came. I told them you won't succeed because they failed in their strategy. NLC came and said they are the owner of the party. Even knowing the law of the land, that an institution cannot own another institution, is a partnership game. You cannot succeed in the strategy you took. Today, did they succeed? No. Where is the NTC? NTC is not recognized by the law and by the law of the party. And now today, what happened is that some days ago, the national chairman convened an NWC meeting and told the NWC that the governor of Abia State is telling him that he wants to convey NEC, that the tenure of the ESCO has expired and then he wants to convey NEC, and that he should come to Abia with 2 other persons for a NEC meeting. And the national chairman brought it to the NWC, and the NWC got mad with such kind of presentation, knowing fully well that a convention was conveyed even before the expiration of the tenure, of the purported tenure they are talking about. And even the governor of Abia State was the chairman of that convention, and he was beautifully represented by his deputy governor. The Speaker of Abia State House of Assembly, the Deputy Speaker, were present with House of Assembly members of Labour Party. He has his commissioners that were present. In fact, they debated the convention in their ACE committee, and it was approved to be in line with the Electoral Act and the party constitution. And that was why he sent the delegation that came and conducted a good convention. You know, in fact, I don't even understand what people are dragging. I think that is a personal interest. And that personal interest is yet to be known until you know what people are looking for and what they want. If they have not told you what they want, you cannot be able to provide solution. But for me, I feel that whatever they need, they can achieve it from inside instead of working from the corners. They have to come inside, accept the family, be a full member of the family, then tell the family this is my demand. When you say this is my demand from inside, it will work better Then when you are saying this is my demand from the corners, what they are doing is doing things from the corner. For example, the governor can call stakeholders meeting. He has changed it from my neck meeting. Neck meeting, the governor does not have the powers to call a neck meeting. And if the governor says that the tenure of the other executive has expired, that means there is no neck in place. So there is no neck member because a neck has to be constituted before you now say you are even a member. So that means the governor is part of that neck that expired. Because no neck has been constituted, then that is what the governor is saying. So interest actually makes people to be blind with some certain things in some times. And that is why leadership is a skill. It's not something you dabble into. There are a lot of things that you have to be patient, study very well, look at it very well before you even make pronouncement. Because whatever you say, like police people, when they catch you, they say whatever you say will be used against you in court. So you don't talk much. You just listen more and read and study. So the constitution of the party, is it in line with the governor calling neck? No. If it is in line, a governor can come out of 37 states in Nigeria, 36 plus FCT, somebody will come and say, I will call neck. Another governor will call neck from Kaduna. Another governor, assuming we have 37 governors, so any of the governors can call neck. It's not done so.
So, in other words, you're saying the governor doesn't have such powers, and the NLC doesn't also have any powers to interfere.
He's a respected member of the party. He's a respected product of the party. He's a great ambassador of the party, but he has limited power to make a singular decision for the party.
All right. All right. We have a short commercial coming, a very short commercial coming soon, and when we return, we also want to clarify the place of the NLC within the Labour Party. That's one. And then secondly, is the party aware of the situation in Rivers State? Who is the chairman of the party in Rivers State? Do we have any factions? And if there are, is the national leadership aware of what is happening and what is being done to address the problems within the Labour Party in Rivers State as well, amongst many other speculations that we've been hearing? And I will bring up those speculations and hopefully you will clarify them for us. In the meantime, let me remind our listener that we are streaming live on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, so you can watch and listen to us at the same time from anywhere you are in the world. Please do well to also include where you are watching from in your messages on Facebook, because I know also Francis says is watching from Enugu. We have some other people from Ada George and so on and so forth. So just include where you're watching from while you drop your comments, and please try to keep the comments short and simple. It's a live stream so that it doesn't get overtaken by other comments. The WhatsApp number still is 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. Today, the NLC, the national leader of the NLC is to honor the invitation of the police. We'll talk about all of this when we return.
The show continues after this break on Nigeria Info.
here on Morning Crossfire, Nigeria Info 92.3 at the handle Facebook. So if you want to join us on that now, my guest, national leader, youth leader for the Labour Party, Prince Kennedy Ahanotu. Sir, thank you for staying online. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother.
All right, just before we open the phone lines and take some questions, there were a few I was saying would qualify for us for when we return from the commercial. One is, what exactly is the role of the NLC in the Labour Party? Because for the NLC, it was the Labour Party is its brainchild, and so it's concerned about whatever is happening in the party, and it is a stakeholder in the party, so the NLC says. Recently, we have also seen, does the NLC and the Labour Party function together? I mean, how does it operate?
Thank you so much. Like you said, the Labour Party is the brainchild of NLC. Labour Party is the brainchild of NLC. Nigeria we have today is a brainchild of our independent fathers, people that proposed and pursued Nigeria's independence. True of us, is the brainchild of our forefathers who pursued independence. But today, can you boldly say that the running of Nigeria is still solely in the hand of our forefathers? You know, we are in a country where people have this entitlement mentality that when you give birth to a child, you feel that that child will be sucking breast for 20 years. No doubt. NLC, members of NLC were part of those that formed Labour Party. For example, Adam Soshomole. If NLC owns Labour Party, people like Adam Soshomole should still be members of Labour Party today. But because we are in a country where you are free to make a choice on individual basis of the political party you will belong. Political party participation is on individual basis. It is not on institutional basis. So that apart, NLC does not own Labour Party. Yes, they facilitated, they promoted the registration of Labour Party.
So
but they don't own Labour
are
Party.
members of the NLC automatic members of the Labour Party?
There is no automatic membership because membership of any organization comes with dues, comes with responsibilities, comes with some obligations. So if you fulfill that obligation, you are a member of Labour Party. So being a member of NLC does not make you automatic member of Labour Party. That aside, so what NLC wanted is that they said they want to have total control of Labour Party. And it brings me back to the thing I said, that NLC has been politicized, and you see what they do every election. Even when there is Labour Party candidates, they go about endorsing APC, endorsing PDP in various states, depending on the governor that is in place in that state. So if they truly own the party, will they ever open their mouth and endorse any other governorship candidate except that of Labour Party? But in my eyes, in your eyes, you've seen that happen severally in the country.
So does that mean that sorry to interrupt you, but
a moment.
Okay.
A moment. So what is happening to NLC and Labour Party is that there is political interest of NLC over Labour Party, and they feel they want to have 100% control of their brainchild. If I give birth to a child, that child decides to read law, and I insist he must read medicine. I've failed. You must allow the child to fulfill his life ambition and vision and dreams. So if NLC at this time is still saying, I gave birth to Labour Party, I gave birth to Labour Party, without allowing Labour Party to breathe or to grow and produce results for them to pride in, then there is a problem in Nigeria.
All right.
So NLC, the relationship between NLC and Labour Party is cordial in the sense that Labour Party constitution acknowledges NLC as a platform, not even an organ of the party.
So
NLC
let me come in quickly because we don't have a lot of time. Is the national leader Joe Ajaero of the Labour NLC a member of the Labour Party?
To the best of my knowledge, and as at the last time we confirmed this, Joe Ajaero is not a card-carrying member of Labour Party in his ward or Rata in Imo State.
So does that mean that the Labour Party is not really concerned or bothered about the situation with the NLC leadership at the moment? I mean, today, Mr. Ajari is supposed to honor an invitation to the police, and there have been several. There's a letter with some charges that have been raised, and he's supposed to appear for questioning. You're saying, from what you've said, if he's not a member, card-carrying member, does that mean it doesn't concern the Labour Party what happens with the NLC, especially with what we're seeing now?
My brother, there are a lot of things that in this country concerns Labour Party and doesn't concern Labour Party. Labour Party is concerned with, giving Nigerians good governance. Labour Party may not dabble into personal activities of individuals. For example, if I commit any offense today and I'm being invited by the police, it is not the responsibility of the party. It is my responsibility to go and exonerate myself. And if the party sees that my activities in the society is bringing disrespect to the party, they will sanction me, because I'm not supposed to behave anyhow or live my life anyhow as a leader of the party. So I would not like to dabble into my senior brother's matter with the police. I'm sure that at that level, there will be a lot of invitation from police. It's not a new thing, because he's expected to work for the interests of Nigerian masses. And anybody in Nigeria, in every country, that stands with the masses most times is always on the invitation of the people in power. So it's not a new thing, and Joe Ajero is not somebody that police will molest, of course. So he will go and answer the police, and then if the police ask him question and he responds accordingly, he will go and continue his job. So it's not the party that will say, police, are we in power? Labour Party is not in power, that they will say police can never arrest an individual. Nobody is above the law in any country of the world, including the president. That is why when a president defaults in a working economy, the president resigns immediately. There is nobody that is above the law, including the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's only in Nigeria that once you become, you amount to some, you win election, people voted you, you will now be their God. Their God and personal savior. The same people that you were begging for their vote, the moment you emerge, you now become their Lord and personal savior. It's only in Nigeria. It's only in Nigeria. And it's wrong that a leader emerges as governor, a president is now the Lord and personal savior. There is no difference between that person and the ordinary citizens of that country.
All right. One more question before we go to the phone lines. And this will be taking us back to the Abia State governor. Now that it is what it is, the leadership of Labour Party has said that whatever planned for any NEC meeting or whatever NWC meeting, whatever that's to be held by the governor, should be shunned. It looks as though the governor of Abia State is, regardless, going to continue with that particular meeting. So what's the way forward now?
Well, the way forward for me is the governor have been careful enough not to christen the meeting NEC meeting. You understand? He has pulled out from NEC, which was the information the party got, the NWC got, to now a stakeholders meeting. And who is a stakeholder? A stakeholder is anybody who has a stake. It's not one individual. It's not two individuals. It's not even only those people that were listed in there is a notice I saw flying around. It's not even only those people there. A stakeholder is somebody that is something that has a stake in something, somebody that is emotionally attached to a process or a project. So since he said he wants to convey a stakeholders meeting, let him go ahead. But the truth is that what is the resolution? What are they discussing in the stakeholders meeting? Is it something that will be binding on the party? If they want to discuss something that will be binding on the party, it will not work. It will not work. They have to still do it from inside for it to be binding on the party. And again, this leaves me with a lot of surprises. That Ale Soti, being a governor, I know how he emerged as a governorship candidate of Abia State. I know how he come and sit down in the office in Abuja in our national secretariat. And the master imagine a governor, this case, this issue, and they told you that convention is not accepted. Since even when the NLC is fighting the party, all the fights that the party have gone through, and Lesotho have never called for a meeting and called NWC and say, how do we solve this? How do we tackle this? That is a leader that is now calling for a stakeholders meeting. But all of us are still small, we are learning. So we'll just be watching.
Let's open the phone lines and take a few calls. When we come back, after the calls, there's one more question I would ask. It has nothing to do with the conversation, but it concerns your party, so I'll bring it up. It regarding the situation with Kenneth Okonkwo, Rivers State, and your party presidential candidate in the last election. We'll start with Rivers State, but let's take a few calls first, quickly. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. Again, 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. Quickly, God's time from Onelga. Good morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes.
I want to say good morning to your guests. Well, there's a problem with when issues arise in Nigeria. We always feel that these issues are being orchestrated by other personnel. Instead of tackling the issue square-headedly, we tend to take the blame to another person. So my question to your guest in the studio is, he said it's an attack on Labour Party. I want to ask him, who are those people behind the attack and why are they attacking Labour Party? Thank you.
All right. Temple from my one. Pretty sure that question is noted. We'll be getting response to it shortly. Temple, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, unfortunately, we lost the call from Temple. Temple, you'd have to dial the number again. I think you got interrupted by a service provider. On Facebook, there are several questions and messages coming in. This one says NLC is affiliated to Labour Party and whatever affects the NLC also affects the Labour Party. This is thank God ability, wisdom. Ngofa says Labour Party should stop this and focus on building a transparent leadership. It's so funny that we are saying these things at this time. Several problems in the party at the moment. If it's not party leadership problem, it's then NLC problem. NLC is about their own selfish interest. This is Godwin Agwanwo. This person says is watching from Ozwoba. It can interfere, but what the NLC can what is destroying the NLC is just selfish interest, he says. And Dakuku from Echie, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Femi Andro.
Good morning.
This is Dakuku from Echie.
Go ahead.
To ask you again a question. How many governors do they have in Labour Party? This is one question I want to ask him. As a governor, the only governor of other states, I know he's the only governor in this country that won in Labour Party. Don't they have right to be in any position in that level? I'm asking you a question. Why did they behave somebody that's come into the party and goes to he win election under that party? Don't they have right to give him all right on that party or to hold a meeting, both NEC meeting or party meeting, national meeting? That's the question I want to ask him. Another one is that in order that the Labour Party we are talking about, what is the duty of Labour in Nigeria? For them, the other time I had when they were intervening over the Labour belong to them or that is the party? That's the question I want to ask.
All right. Muriel in Okrika, good morning. Hello, Muriel. Hello, Muriel.
Yeah, Kenny, good morning.
Good morning. Go on.
Thank you. This is the operator woman. Look, you hear me. Firstly, let me highlight one contradiction in your guest statement. He said the Labour Party does not concern themselves with what is happening in the NLC. And if anybody has an issue to go and answer for their crimes, should go and answer to the call of the SCC or so. And now also said that if the person is found, or is going to caution. So the Labour Party does not have any issue. So that's where I see the contradiction. The Labour Party does not have any concern if the person is called. But if the person is guilty, then they will sanction, then they will have something to do about it. I think that's a contradiction. Look, you hear me? The Labour Party came, all he said is a baby, I was born by the NLC. So I think the Labour Party should set their house and their everything they are doing straight. We expect more from the Labour Party. What they are doing is so embarrassing, honestly. We expect integrity. This is a party course of this election? Who is their chairman? They are not doing anything. They are just concentrated in Edo State. It's only Edo State they want. Don't they have been interested in River State? So they are just following. There are so many people are interested, but they don't have any headway in River State.
All right, Miriam.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. And then we'll hear from Chima quickly before we come back to my guest. Chima in Ada George. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Yep, go on.
Andrew, I have a few words to your guest. And that few words is, Nigeria saw Labour Party as alternative in 2023. And we all came together through the obedience movement. And you people are fighting, destroying yourself because of selfish interest. That's what I'm saying here. If you can be able to know that where your own right stops, that's where another person's own starts, then I think everybody will be accommodated. So I don't know the reason why Labour Party is acting this way. I'm so disappointed with this very party, I tell you. Because all of us, we are happy that we have an alternative party, which would have, apart from what you normally used to know, PDP and NLC for a couple of years now. And you people are fighting, destroying the party. Why can't you people call yourselves together and resolve whatever be the contending issues? What happened for you people today, finally? You people should know that a time will come, those candidates you think that are won under Labour Party, if you continue to fight, they are going to leave the party. And what becomes the face of the party? That is my word.
All right, Ahanotu from Bori. After that, we're done with the calls. Ahanotu, good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
Quickly,
and good
let's
morning,
hear you.
our guest. My only very simple. I think last election, Labour Party was seen as a veritable opposition to the AP. And today, the thing is coming to fall apart. What advice I would give to the party, just like what the youth leader said, is an attack. I will not deny that fact. You know the antics of politicians here in River State. They were even suspecting that the ex-NLC, the governor of River State, will use Labour Party as his platform for anything. Everyone has seen attack. You see Ruben Favor were here talking, abusing the governor of River State. Just that you were some persons, some men in some political party wanted to hijack the Labour Party and used to attack some persons. I think very recent, I think they feel try to have a dialogue, to have a headway in the Labour Party in River State. But for me, let all of them come together.
All right.
To ensure. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's political era. It's political era. If you present it on the top side, and the national chairman of Labour leader, all these things, and governor of Abia State, people have infiltrated Labour Party. And I tell you, in 2027, Labour Party will not be a veritable opposition or alternative.
All right, Ahanotu, thank you. Let's go back to my guest now. Point has been made, Ahanotu. We have to move on. Quickly, you've heard most of the callers, Mr. Prince. So let's get your thoughts quickly. What is the situation in River State as you respond to some of the questions asked?
The chairman of Labour Party in River State remains Hilda Dokubo. He is the chairman of Labour Party in River State, except anybody wants to deceive him or herself. Secondly, somebody said that who is attacking Labour Party, and I'm happy with the last caller who acknowledged that there could be an attack. Attack must not be from, you say that APC or PDP. There are people that have joined the party that feels they are not comfortable with the leadership of the party, and so attack can also be internal. It's not just external. There are attacks that could be internal. Somebody can start a project that I don't want this man, and push it to any extent he wants to push it. So it's an attack. An attack is an attack. There is a friend or a sister that mentioned that contradiction between me saying that she didn't get what I said. I said that reading me as a leader in Labour Party, that if I do anything in my private engagement or anything I'm doing for myself, or even as a youth leader, I commit anything that I know that this thing is wrong, I commit it, the party will not be held accountable. That is the truth. There are people that committed crimes as a governor, as a IG of police in this country, Was police held accountable? They were arrested and prosecuted on individual basis. Don't think that being a governor will make you commit crime against the state and that you will be scot-free. When immunity goes out of you, that crime will be referred back to. It's simple. So people should calm down and not be talking with emotion.
So what about the other listener that said, is the Labour Party only concerned about Edo State? Because in Rivers State, for instance, there are the rumors, one of the callers even alluded to, that, what is happening in Labour Party in Rivers State is because there were rumors that some candidates or some people that are within the cabinets or are loyal to the governor of Rivers State might want to run on those, using those the party platform in the local government elections that we have coming. Does the Labour Party have candidates for the local government elections in Rivers State? Has there been conversations around that?
Yes. Labour Party has candidates. Recently, I spoke with the state chairman, Hilda Dokubo, and there are fielded candidates, the local government in Rivers State.
And the primaries were held?
Yes. They have candidates in all the elections. Let me tell you, my brother, I want to respond to one other caller who said that because Alex Otti have been matched the only governor of Abia State, that anything he does will be accepted. I beg to be different from that view. You know what? There is constitution, and may God bless those that thought it wise to create a law in this country. If not for that, somebody can wake up and tell you to leave your wife, and that she's no longer your wife. Somebody can wake up and tell you, and you say because he's the president, you will leave your wife and leave your children. That is it. Now, that is what the man is saying. That because somebody have won a governorship, that every other thing he says is correct. It's a lie. And those kind of person, that man that said that is part of the problem. They see governors as God. They see presidents as God. Citizens have more rights than governors and presidents everywhere in the world. It's only in Nigeria that they become gods. And
all right, Mr. Prince, we have to wrap it up here. Thank you for your time and good morning.
Thank you very much.
All right. All the best. My name is Yemi Andrew. Hello, Port Harcourt is next. Good morning.
My guy, e get some kind things where they make sense when you mix them together.
True talk. Like when you chop hot pepper soup when rain dey fall.
Oh my God.